If you are not able to run your robot, then you might have made a small mistake somewhere. So let's together look at the debugging techniques and solve the problem. Debugging of 7805 voltage regulator IC. Make sure you have connected the 7805 voltage regulator IC correctly. In this, the first pin is input, the second pin is ground, and the third pin is output. Now let's see the debugging of the LDR. The most important thing that we have to keep in mind is to check the connections. Make sure one of the two pins is connected to VCC. The second leg of the LDR is to be connected to the resistor which is connected to the ground. Make sure you have connected the resistor in the correct pin. Also make sure that you have used the correct resistor. The resistance of the resistor can be found out by using the color code concept that we have already discussed. Use either the BB Roy trick or the resistance from the table and then connect the correct resistor so that we don't face any problem. Debugging the NOT gate IC. Check whether you have done the correct wiring from the node to the first pin of the NOT gate IC. Make sure that the second pin of the IC is connected to the current limiting resistor. Then check whether the 14th pin is connected to VCC or not. After that, we have to check whether the 7th pin is connected to the ground. Debugging of transistor. Remember to use a NPN transistor in this case. Make sure that the flash surface is towards the front. Check whether the current limiting resistor is connected from the second pin of the NOT gate IC to the base of the transistor. Make sure that you have made the connection from the emitter of the transistor to the ground. Debugging of relay. Check that you have inserted the relay to the slots properly. All the pins should have been inserted to the breadboard. The relay should be connected in the middle of the component segment. Make sure the upper 4 pins are connected to the upper segment of the component segment and the lower 4 pins are connected to the lower segment of the component segment as shown on your screen. Now let's check the relay connections. The collector of the transistor is to be connected to one of the legs of the coils of the relay. Make sure the other leg of the coil is connected to the power supply correctly. Check whether you have connected the second common pin to the power supply 5 volts. Also check whether the first common pin is connected to the ground. Next, check whether the normally open pins are connected correctly to the motors. Debugging of the motor connections. Make sure the wheel is connected to the shaft properly and the screws are tightened. Check whether the wires are soldered properly to the motor pins. The polarity of the motor is the most important thing that needs to be checked and where usually students face problem. Connect the battery and check whether the wheel rotates clockwise or anti-clockwise, and this is how you can find the polarity. The pin connected to the positive of the battery when it rotates clockwise is to be marked positive and the other pin is to be marked negative.